sir. We found it.
Government agencies have now cordoned off the area and are...
Intense burst of light that came down. Jane, I think you want to see this.
How are you, Mr. Chris?
I'm very well, thank you.
That's
How you doing?
great.
Love your t-shirt. That's great.
Thank
Good
you.
work.
It's timely, huh?
Yeah.
I saw the movie last night.
You did?
And I love it. So
Good.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
You are the perfect Thor, both physically, emotionally, and you have such soulful quality in you.
All right, thank you.
What went through your mind when you heard that you got the part?
A lot of things. It was a huge excitement, you know, a couple of big fist pumps and a couple of phone calls to the brother and then friends and just, you know. It was great, and also, and to work with the people I was going to work with and play a superhero, you know, was sort of a dream on many different levels.
What attracted you to the movie, though, besides, you know, it's a big part?
Kenneth Branagh, initially, you know, he was the person that was involved first when I came into it, and a big fan of his work and knew that him involved in a film like this, which often can get lost in special effects, you know, it was going to be a character-driven piece, you know, and a great sense of fun to it. And that's what he brought, you know. Marvel, or these films, that it has that quality of the blockbuster and whatever, but it was really, you know, a truthful sort of story at the center of it.
And desolation of war. You are unworthy of these realms, unworthy of your title.
My favorite scenes really are the quiet moments, like your scenes with Natalie Portman, or that heartbreaking scene with Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah.
Tell us a story about that with Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah, I mean, that particular day, that was probably one of my favorite days on set. He, you know, he's just so wonderful to work with, and one of my favorite actors, and watching him go through that scene and just trying different things, and the scene was sort of going a certain way, and it was all very aggressive, and then Ken came over and said, "That's great, that could be in the movie. This time, let it break your heart," you know? And all of a sudden, the whole thing changed, and it was much more, like, emotional and, you know, pulling at the heart, and I just remember sitting there watching, going, "Oh my God, this is awesome!" And then they called cut, and people just started applauding, and a couple of people were, you know, wiping tears, and it was like, "Oh my God!"
You know, for a crazy homeless person, he's pretty cut.
How'd you get inside that cloud?
Also, how could you eat an entire box of Pop-Tarts and still be this hungry?
This drink, I like it. Another.
This is going on Facebook. Smile.
How did you prepare for the role, both physically and emotionally?
You know, physically, I read the comics and noticed the character was, you know, a lot bigger than I was, so I had to get in the gym and eat a lot and work out and what have you. And then read, you know, comic books and things on Norse mythology, and then worked with Ken and the other actors in rehearsal periods, and you know, but mainly just sort of left myself open to, you know, where this thing could go, and didn't want to lock into one version.
Were you a fan of Thor, the comic book, when you were growing up?
I didn't really know it before the film.
Really?
Yeah.
He's not famous in Australia?
He is in some circles, you know. I just hadn't come across him. I certainly became a fan reading it, you know. I think it's amazing sort of stories.
You're right, though. I mean, Thor, compared to all the other Marvel comic book superheroes, I mean, he doesn't really have a big cult following.
Sure. I mean, he has a very dedicated following. It's probably not the same size as the other guys.
Yeah.
Sure. And that was, I think, the big attraction, was to do something different, something people didn't know about necessarily.
It's almost like a blank canvas.
It was, yeah. Yeah, we got to sort of, there was a big resource, but also an opportunity to make it our own and do something different.
Your ancestors called it magic, and you call it science. Well, I come from a place where they're one and the same.
But who are you, really?
You'll see soon enough.
God, I hope you're not crazy.
I predict that by the end of the summer, you'll be a major, major star.
Oh, thank you.
Are you ready for it? Are you prepared?
I don't know. I'm enjoying working, you know, and staying busy, and what comes with it, I guess. It's all been really positive so far.
You know what? And I will just be looking at the stars, just like Jane, waiting for you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Congratulations again. Okay?
Thank you very much. Yeah.
You do not know what your actions would unleash.